Hello, family, friends, my beloved Alley Cats. It's been a crazy week for us, man. We had a lot of stuff going on. Let's start off with Jim and Judy. They left here from Over the Hill Nomads. Beautiful couple. They're in beautiful Skopje right now. Skopje, Albania. One of mine in April's most favorite places. Met Wes and Michelle yesterday. We had some drinks at the Irish pub. So really good people. I met Ivan today, and very soon we're leaving for Budapest. So we got a lot of things going on, man. So it's been a really great week. A little hectic, everything coming up. I hope your guys' week's been okay. Let me say hi to Brett. Brett, how you doing? Leaves for Toronto on Monday and should be in Pogradec by the 16th. Looking forward to meeting you. We're looking forward to meeting you, buddy. Yeah, we'll be back by then. We'll be back. Like I said, we're going to Budapest real soon, but we'll be back by the 16th. So, yeah, we're looking forward to meeting you, buddy. So, safe travels. Hope you're doing good. Okay. There's Regina. Hey, everybody. How's Regina doing? I hope you're doing well. What's going on with your trip to Japan, girl? I know that you were taking pictures for the movers, for everything for Japan. Everyone's proud of you. Everyone's happy for you. So we just want to know, where are you at in this process right now? Uncle Bull Cow, sup, everybody. Very cool. I love your channel too, Uncle Bull Cow. I think it's really cool. I think it's really good. But our Budapest flight, all together, because the good thing about being here, we've always talked about location, and to travel throughout Europe or even to Istanbul is dirt cheap. Everything's like a 2-hour flight or less. I think our flight to Budapest like 1 hour and 45 minutes, and round trip. And I paid a little extra to get premier entering and exiting the aircraft. $130 for the both of us round trip. Probably could have got it cheaper if I picked different days or whatever, but still $130 for 2 people for round trip. Fantastic. Okay, let me see if I can scroll this week. Now, for some reason, it doesn't let me. I don't know if they changed stuff. Okay, so if I miss some of your comments, please forgive me. It's not my fault, guys. Okay, let's say hello, everybody. Hey, let's say how you doing? Very good. Hope everyone's doing great. We're going to do the Alley Cat meetup tonight. So if you're in the city of Pogradec, you want to say hi, April 9 and some others, we're going to be at the Pogradec Hotel on the beach, probably in the outside part, okay? Seems to have the most tables and everything, so I hope you guys can join us. Just great face. Having a great month so far. I'm happy for you. Global Greg, hey, Patrick, do you know anyone who has moved to Albania with a dog? Is it a difficult process? I've heard no, but I personally don't know of anyone that has, okay? I know someone that was going to, but the dog passed away. So before they came. So no, I don't, but I heard it's an easy process. I heard, you got to get your rabies certificates and stuff like that. But I've had a lot of people tell me they never even asked for them. Okay. There's Michelle. Hi, everybody. How you doing? How's Dan doing? You guys doing okay? I know you got a beautiful place here. You're living permanently now in Albania, so loving it. So hopefully you guys are doing great. What airline do you take to use to fly to European countries? We're taking Ryanair. Now, a lot of people don't like Ryanair because they'll nickel and dime you, but we're just coming with 2 backpacks, so we don't have to check any extra baggage or anything like that. So it's going to be cool. So we're doing Ryanair. Wizz is big over here. Like I said, they're discounted airlines, but you have to remember it's a 2-hour flight. Anywhere you really want to go in Europe, I'll sit on the toilet for 2 hours. I don't care. It'll be good. Over the Hill Nomads, how you doing? Jim and Judy. Gosh, I hope you guys are doing well. I know you're in Skopje right now. I hope you're loving it. We texted today. You haven't been to the castle yet, but I know you're loving the food over there. One of our favorite places up in Skopje. I'm glad that you guys are doing better too. I know Judy was sick for a long time, so I'm glad you guys are feeling much better. Robin Brown, hello. Patrick and April, hello. Robin, hope you are doing well. Thanks for coming on the channel. Like I said, we're going to be doing the Alley Cat meetup, Pogradec Hotel, right after this live show. So I hope you guys are doing well. JoJo, that's awesome. It is awesome. So hope you're doing well. We can't wait to go to Budapest. We've never been there, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We like to travel during the off season, a little cheaper, less crowded. So during the off season is when April and I really want to go. So summertime, we kind of hunker down. We love this town. Susan Potter, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you, Susan. Hopefully you're doing well. Where you guys been traveling? You guys gonna be coming out soon? Let us know. Mark Bodie, how you doing? Coming the first week of October. All right, man. Good for you. Good for you. You're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it, man. I really do. It's a great place. Every city's got a different vibe. Just because I love Pogradec. I met a guy. He came here from Toronto. Didn't really like Pogradec. A little bit too slow for me. Went back to Toronto. He's happy. We're all different. best thing I tell anybody is please travel around the different cities. Spend a couple days in each one and then start narrowing down where you really want to live. James Campbell, Jim from Overhill Nomads. Hello, Alley Cats from Scotia. Yes. Yeah, I'm glad you're having a good time up there, buddy. Glad you're having a good time. There was Dan. You said something, and all of a sudden I lost you in the scroll. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Mark Bodie saying hello to Regina. What part of Albania are you destined for? It's a good question, But I'm hoping she's going to check out a bunch of cities, and she'll fall in love with one. But first, she's going to Japan. How cool is that? Janice will be moving with 2 cats. There you go. A couple of alley cats. Add to it. But yeah, look up how to do that. I personally don't. I've seen people here obviously with dogs, but I don't know of anyone that came from the States with dogs or cats. I'm told it's easy. Janice, so great. The airfares are so low. Absolutely. I've even seen, depending on the day, you can fly to Rome one way at $25. Depends on the day, time of year, it's the hour of the day it is. But yeah, so there's great space, and Budapest is awesome. That's what I keep hearing. On one side's Buda, the other side's Pest. Just wonderful. So we can't wait. For some reason, I always wanted to go there, and then Poland, and I don't know why, and I fell in love with Poland. Poland was absolutely gorgeous. We were in Krakow, and everyone spoke English, better English than I could speak. Very clean. The people were very nice. So I got to get April, and I got to take her over there. There's Michelle. Good morning. Are there any condos with a workout gym in them? No, but here, it depends on what city. Here, there's a ladies' gym and a guys' gym very close to me. In a hotel, very well equipped too. We scramble before it goes away. It's quite strict, so it's recommended to hire pet transfer company, and you do all the paperwork. Okay, great advice. I appreciate that. Michelle, Global Greg, we got the required USDA papers for our dog. Thank you. No one looked at them. Yep. Lufthansa was interested only in their own forms. Yeah, isn't that weird? There's Regina talking to Mark. I'm PCSing to Japan for several years, but I'm doing scouting trip next September. I want to see Fear and Geocacher. Yeah, I fell in love with Fear. A lot of people were like, Fear's nothing. I thought, Fear was good. We were there in the off season though. And beautiful wide sidewalks. People were wonderful. My wife's here, James Zamzam. Yeah, Zamzam's my wife. She's here. She's trying to get dressed at the same time, do her hair and stuff, because right after we do this live show, we're going to be going out doing an Alley Cat meetup. But she'll be here. Janice, yes, Alley Cat. Oh, I love that. Ed Brown, hello, Patrick and April from very warm Arizona. Yeah, it's still real hot right there right now, huh? Man, I know I was in Phoenix and just, they say it's dry heat, but I don't care. When it's 113, it's 113. But I hope you're doing well, Ed. Hope everything's going well. Chris, went to Budapest when I was 19. I'm 46 now. Great city to visit. Yeah, everyone keeps telling me that, buddy. I mean, everyone's telling me, dude, I can't wait to go there. So it's going to be cool. Like I said, dog cheap, $130 for 2 of us, round trip. And I probably could have got it cheaper if I really wanted to. If I picked a different day, you know how that works. But no brainer, $130 for a round trip for 2. Okay. Michelle Lang. Hi, everyone. We made it. Michelle and Wes. Yes, we had the pleasure of going out with them for drinks the other night. Had a great time just talking. Really nice people. Wes is from Canada, and Michelle's from Florida, if I remember correctly. Really good people. Pleasure that you guys are here. Did Wes have his nap earlier today? Was it today we were texting? I think it was today. And he said he was having his retirement nap. Good for him. Good for him. And I know you guys were saying you were falling in love with the city too. Ed Brown and everyone else too. Yep. Brett Radar. The problem for dogs is the long flights from the U.S. and no direct flights. So you'll have a layover. Yeah, that's exactly right. So that could be a little tricky, with the layover. Then you got to switch planes and everything else like that. Supposedly when Vlora opens up, there's start having direct flights to the States, but we'll see. We'll see. Global Greg saying thank you to Michelle. Katie, am I pronouncing that correctly? I came around just in time. I was wondering about taking my dog. Yeah. A lot of people have asked me about that, but since I've never done it, I'm afraid to give bad information. That makes sense. I don't want to guess and steer you guys wrong. So I'm loving it that other people on this channel right now have done it and they're telling you. That's what I love about you guys. You don't just have to talk to me, talk amongst yourselves as well, so we can all learn something, and I'll have a softer landing if you arrive here. This channel is also about travel throughout the world. Just because I love it here in Albania, there are so many other great places you can retire and retire well. Okay. Dan, Global Greg, he rode in the cabin. Okay, yeah, their dog was small enough where he rode in the cabin with them. Let's see, Dan, where do we go? I understand that big dog in a crate has extra cost for care during layover. I bet. I have no idea what the cost is. But Dan, thanks for chiming in. That's right. Your dog traveled with you in the cabin. Regina, I encourage everyone here to hit the meetups. Thank you, Regina. The fellowship and support is crucial to adapting to your new country. Correct. It's a good way for you to get in touch with other expats. She's exactly right. It's a lot of fun, too. I'm surprised at how many people I've been meeting here in Pogradec because it's so far away from the airport. I was meeting people in Toronto because, it's a capital city and the airport's right there. But I'm pleasantly surprised how many of you I've been meeting. I'm blessed by that. I very much appreciate meeting every one of you. But yeah, meet up after the show here. A couple times we've had 10 people. Sometimes we could have more. So always great. And if it's just me in April, just me in April. But come on over, say hello, we'll chat, have a drink, maybe some coffee, whatever suits you. We're right. Michelle Lang, we can't wait to meet you all. Yep, everyone. So yeah, I've been told that we're going to have a good showing tonight, so we'll see. Sultan of Power. Hey, Patrick, just finished swimming in Lake Ord and was streaming the swim. Yeah, you said you were in town, buddy. We're going to do that meetup tonight at the Pogradec Hotel. That's on the beach, probably the middle outside part. If you can make it, man, say hello to all of us. James Campbell, Gina, too true. Yep, James is agreeing with her. James and Judy were always going to the meetups, and they added a lot to the channel. Just for knowledge, how excitable they were to do their travels. Right now, they're in Skopje, just tearing it up. Very proud to know them. Good people. Andrino, hey, Patrick, you are 2,300 feet above sea level. Do you feel better? I would say, yeah. The air is much cleaner. Last summer, we were in Toronto. It was so hot. April wouldn't even go out unless it was the mornings or after sunset. It was just too hot for her. I would force myself to go out, thinking I would adjust to it, but it was difficult. It was just really hot. The older I've gotten, the more I realize, the temperatures affected me more. I loved Toronto, though. Don't misunderstand me, but this is my city here, Pogradec, much cooler. Regina, I'm hoping when I retire there, I can do hiking meetups with Andrea. Yes, I love the guiding hikes. Yeah, and Andrea loves going hiking. You two would get along perfectly. You two would get along great. Talented dude, why don't you visit other Albanian places? We're going to try to. I'm going to try to name off. Man, it's been a while. Kruja, we've been to Elbasan, Gulam, Durrës, Berat, Fear, Skopje, Pogradec. Try to remember all the cities we visited here in Albania, but we're going to get together. There's so many great places to see. And when we go, we try to stay at least a couple of days, not to drive through. But our two favorites were Skopje and here in Pogradec. They all offer you something. Even Elbasan, which isn't a tourist area, but I know a guy, he was renting the place fully furnished, $200 a month. Okay, he's got a 1-year contract. So what he's going to use that as a base to take off and travel different places. Very smart guy. So you can still find really good deals, okay? Let's see. Dan, all the best people are in Pogradec. God bless you, Dan. I didn't pay him to say that either. I did. Miss you, Dan. I'm happy for you and the wife, though. You got your place, so everything's good to go. You guys are relaxing. So, but we're looking forward to Budapest. And so many we met. We met today. I met Ivan today. Very cool guy from Orlando, Florida. And he's retired now, and he's kind of like on a scouting place now. He's really eyeballing Albania really bad. And he's looking at the different cities, and he's been here for a couple of days and just fallen in love with Pogradec as well. When I told him, especially in the off season, this city reminds me of Mayberry. You expect to see Opie Taylor walking down the street with a fishing pole, and he got a big smile on his face. He goes, "Yeah, you're right." And also when I mentioned to him, he said he's a retired police officer. I go, this whole country reminds me of America in the 60s and the 70s, where children could just run down the street and the parent doesn't have to worry about, a child being snatched up or something terrible happening to the child. Like I said, it's America in the 60s and 70s. And I mean that is the greatest compliment that I can. Global Greg. Yeah, I have a big dog. I priced him transported to the Philippines, and you have to go through a dedicated pet transport company. And it was going to be $7,000. I think Albania is cheaper. Yeah, that seems kind of outrageous. $7,000 to ship a dog. Oh. There's Regina asking Dan, $20 for Dan, right? Yeah. Dan says, shh. Gina, you're going to get everyone in trouble here. Come on now. Alexei, Global Greg, that's a good price for a big dog. Most are more like 10 to 15,000. So, Lisa, have you traveled with big animals before? And really, that's the cost? That's unbelievable, shocking. You know what? That reminded me of something, though. I don't mean to be morbid, but you have to look at things like this. Since I'm going to be living here now, I'm in my 60s. Hope to live at least another 20 years. But if you pass away here to ship your body back to the States, I've been reading, that's like $10,000 just to ship a body back to the States. The good thing about being here in Albania, as a foreigner, you can be buried here, okay? There's no cremation, though. Not yet, okay? I'm hoping to be cremated. That's how I would like to do it. But you are allowed to be buried here, even if you're a non-citizen, but they don't have cremation here yet. Will that change? I don't know. So I just want to let you guys know that, okay? Don't mean to be a downer or anything. Let's see. Chris retracted message. Regina, some cargo carriers will ship pets as well. Okay. And I appreciate all the info you guys are giving on that, too. It means a lot. Chris was reading up about Spain's anti-tourism movement. Does any see that happening in Albania? The mass tourists went unchecked there because locals to protest tourism. No, there's no problems here. I've read that in Spain. I've seen videos of it in Mexico, especially Mexico City. And I know there's a pushback on it. A lot of times tourism is different than migration, and there was just such a push of migration instead of it trickling in. So there is a backlash to everyone who's non-Spaniard right now, just because they had some bad things happen, so you can't blame it. But nothing in Albania, I swear to you, absolutely nothing. No problems at all. But it's a good question, Chris. Andrino, best air with no industrial pollutants, the environment in a radius of several hundred miles. Sure, you must feel great. Absolutely. Even the old dictator, believe it or not, had a place up here, and he used to come here to vacation. And it's known for being good for your lungs, the air up here. So wonderful. Yeah. Leslie Scrabble Buddy. No, I just liked into the pricing. They often give your dog a walk. Let me expand this from my old eyes. You give your dog a walk halfway and feed them, so it's a wonderful care. They make it easier and less stressful for your pet. Yeah, especially with such a long flight. I can imagine an animal freaking out, especially a big dog in a crate. There's Dan. I wonder if they do those back to natural burials. Yeah, that's a good question. We've seen a couple of funeral processions here. It's kind of neat. The hearse is driving really slow, and then you see all the guests walk behind the hearse going really slow down the streets, and everyone's respectful. No one's beeping their horns or nothing like that. But like I said, you can be buried here and not be a citizen. So I'm just throwing that on the table, just so in case, because like I said, I have to look up everything that I can because I'm staying here long term. Gotta do it. Leslie's saying, looked. Chris, it is the main reason why I'm crossing Spain off my list of countries to consider for retirement. Yeah, that could be something very short-lived. I don't know, but I don't blame you. I don't blame you for crossing out. I've been through Spain in the 80s when I was in the service, and when we first came over here, we spent a little bit of time in Spain, and it was beautiful, and there wasn't any problems. So is that being overblown in the press? I don't know, but I have heard of some trouble there. There's Regina. If I die in Albania, I want to be cremated too. Then put in a pretty urn. I plan on haunting my exes for a long time. You're great, Regina. I say feed me to the fish. I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? Don't spend a fortune on me after I die. But you plan on haunting your exes for a long time. Good for you, girl. Man, I'm glad I'm not an ex. You scare me. I love your personality. Following the Stones. Oh, man. Late but here at dinner in Cortia. Great. Following the Stones. Yeah, Greg and Shannon, great people. I interviewed Shannon the other night. Very good, very beautifully done blog. I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. www.followingthestones.com. Really educational. It goes over a lot of things. She has a beautiful site. If you guys get a chance. I'm glad you guys are having fun up there in Corcha. Okay, it's beautiful. Gosh, beautiful. I saw your pictures too, by the way, that you sent me. Just wonderful. I'm glad you're enjoying it. James Campbell, Chris, not anytime soon. Albania still loves tourists, even Americans. Yeah, the one thing, a big plus for us making this decision, they're very pro-American. You'll see the American flag flying here all the time. You know, which plays a huge part of another reason why we chose here. It's James saying hey to Shannon. Yeah, Over Hill Nomads. Hi, Greg and Shannon. Yep. Yeah, we were meeting all of us at some of our meetups after the live shows. Some great couples have come and unfortunately gone through, but they're moving around. It's just that sometimes, you know, you make friends with the couples and then they're gone. You know what I'm saying? But they'll be back. This is James saying hey to Greg. Janice, checked in the cost of pet transfer companies. Thank you. Very, very costly. One will be in a cabin with me. One will be in cargo hold, or both together in the cargo hold. No option for extra seat for Lufthansa. I always mispronounce that name for the airline. That's a German airline. I used them before. I liked them. But yeah, it seems like you guys are telling me that transporting pets is very expensive. I didn't know that. Like I said, I didn't do that. Damn, some other tourist hotspots too, like Venice. There's also giving tourists a hard time. Yeah, that's been popping up in the news. But Devin, I would tell you if that's coming here. It's not. Okay. Probably not in the Balkans as a whole. Western Europe is going through a thing right now. You know, just a mass migration, just crammed right into Western Europe. America's going through a big pushback against migration. So, I mean, it's happened throughout the West. Janice, glad Albania still likes Americans, very much so, because they remember we helped them out quite a few times. You know, so there's that love fest between the two countries, which is crucial. You can see it on my walks when I go for walks. You know, people are very nice. Black Eagle, only for eggs. How you doing, Black Eagle? Hopefully you're doing well. Michelle Yang, West says, hey, Canadians are good too. Yes, you are. Yeah. So like I said, we met them for drinks the other night. Had a really good time. Very nice couple. So I hope you're going for the meetup tonight at the Pogradec Hotel right after the show. After we do this live, then usually 10 minutes, give us 10 minutes and then we walk there. At least say hello if you guys can. Have a coffee, maybe a beer or something. Okay. Black Eagle. Yanks are always welcome in Albania. Thank you, Black Eagle. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, there's a love fest between the two countries, which is crucial. It's Following the Stones. Yes, we will be back. Yes, you better. Don't make us chase you down. You know what we should all do? They're going to be going to Ireland. If you saw that interview I did with them, let's all meet up and we'll crash at their Airbnb. Just bring a pillow and we'll just sleep on the floor. Okay, because I'll find out where they're going. We'll get the address. We'll see what's up. Let's see. Yes, we will be back. And thank you for the hello all. Howdy, Miss April. Howdy, Miss Andrea and Jesse. Yeah, that's right. Jesse was always at the meetings, and Jesse and Greg got along really good. I mean, really good. Here's Regina saying, with Albania still very much developing as a modern country, I see so many opportunities for people to start businesses and services. Yeah, you can't, but I'm officially retired. I've had people try to give me jobs. I'm like, no, forgive me, my allergies are acting up right now. I think because it's been real windy here. And the only thing with this city, it's the only city my allergies act up. So I do have allergy medicine. It's worth it. I'll deal with the allergies. Yeah, I'll deal with that. But it's the only city in Albania where my allergies are really acting up. And I don't know why, but it's worth it. Okay, I don't care. I ain't going. Let's see. Adriano, Regina, absolutely. Albania is totally underrated. Big time. There are little adjustments you got to make. In America, everything's swift. You know, I've had it before where I'll sit in a restaurant and I don't get a menu for like 20 minutes. You know, I look around for a waiter and give them away. It's just the way it is. The other thing, a lot of times I'll be in a restaurant with April. She might get her plate and I won't get my plate for 15 more minutes. Sometimes that happens. And so we always say, don't wait, because the plate, my plate might not come out in a while. So little things like that, you just got to adjust to. Because with the only people I see really struggle, like I said before, a lot of times it's single people, but a lot of people, they want to pay half the price of cost of living as the United States, but you still want everything to be just as efficient or just like the US, and you're not going to find it. You're not going to find it anywhere. So you just got to be used to that, guys. April, I had an easy time, one, because we had each other, and two, because we knew we weren't going to have those efficiencies. Like people ask me, did they have anything like an Amazon here? No, they got Megatech and Temu. And sometimes April orders something from one of those and we'll get it in 2 days. And sometimes it takes 2 weeks. That's the way it is. Forgive me, I saw the water down the wrong windpipe there. So forgive me for a second. Worse, my daggone allergies. Let's see. Adriana, Regina, absolutely. Albania is totally underrated, big time. I think that's going to change, though. They got so many industrial projects going on. Like right now, they're working on a 4-lane highway. It's going to go from here, Pogradec, to Tirana. They're starting to build the railroad they've already worked on. That's going to be from Tirana to Durrës, and then it's going to spider out through the rest of the country. They got the new airport open up in Vlorë. So there's just a lot of infrastructure going on right now. And if you see Tirana now, it just looks like a big industrial zone. Just the amount of building that they're doing is incredible. There's Jane. Patrick, the alleys here in Scotia are difficult. No downhill, easy to lose your bearings. Yeah, I fell in love with Scotia, though. I know you do too. But the alleys here in Scotia are a little bit difficult. I'm looking forward to the alleys in Budapest, man. You have to check out some of that. We'll do a couple of vids, when we're when we're in Budapest. We'll do a couple of vids. Regina, Patrick, you need to get an air purifier running for those allergies. Yeah, I got to get one. Makes a huge difference. I'm speaking from experience. Thank you, Regina. Yeah, I got to do it. Oh, scroll back a little bit. Okay, there's Dan James. Went back to Scotia this week and have to go back next week to see immigration. Okay, very good. All right, Dan, I'm glad you're traveling around, seeing all the different cities. Christopher 74. Hello from Indonesia, Patrick. My impression is that Albania is not the destination for everyone. Nowhere is. So it's unlikely to become like other places, experience a massive influx of expats. Very true. Thoughts? It's different. When we were really starting to explore the world, I was looking hard at Panama. I looked really hard at Southeast Asia. And my wife did a DNA test. We both did. And she's 37% Greek Albanian. And that's when she started, hey, have you checked out Albania? And then the more I looked at it, I just kept checking off the list. But I like it not being a mass flood of people. Matter of fact, tourist season is ending now. You can see a lot less people here. Kids are going back to school and so forth. So I'm loving it. The summer I love with a lot more people. But it's interesting. Right as I get tired of a season, we're on to the next, which I really like. You gonna let me scroll back? No, you're not. Mark Bodie, yeah, I know the bus travel is big there, but have any expats had any luck with renting or even buying a car? When we were visiting last year, we saw a lot of country by car. You can rent them. A lot of people rent cars over here. I just use public transportation. I use a lot of cabs. You can take bus systems really, really cheap. We took a bus from Tirana to Scotia. I think it was $7 a piece, if I remember right. I think going to Cortia was $4 a piece. But in the summer, a lot of older buses can break down. Excuse me. So in the summer months, I like to use cabs more. And also, some of the buses don't have air conditioning. And in the summer, that could be a little brutal, depending on what city you're in. There's Over the Hill Nomads. We really like Scotia, but Pogradec stole our hearts and is our favorite town so far. We especially love the climate in the summer, and Lake Ohrid is awesome. And Judy was swimming like daily. She was swimming daily out here. And yes, in the summer, the temperatures are great here. You can go out. A lot of the Albanians will take their vacations here in the summer just to escape the heat. So a lot of them like to have a place in Tirana and also a place here in Pogradec. So the summers here are just awesome. Following Stones, double-edged sword. Infrastructure will be great, but Pogradec and Corsia are preserved by being further from the coast. Absolutely. It's gonna WhatsApp message from Andrea there. Yes, and Lake Ord is like one of the biggest lakes in Europe, so it almost seems like it's part of the, part of the Adriatic Sea, but it's not. It's obviously it's not. It's huge, absolutely huge. Grace Faith. If you get residency and live in Toronto and want to live in another city, is that okay? Yes, it is. Is it immigration residency for the country or for where your address city live? No, it's for the country. Absolutely, it's for the entire country. So don't worry about that. So once you get your residency, it's not just for that city. Good question. I know what you're saying, but no, it's for the country. And from Chris, do Albanian banks have decent interest rates? Do they charge to withdraw cash at the teller instead of at ATMs? I've opened a bank account here. It's Credence Bank, and when I withdraw using that card in any bank ATM that is here, I have not been charged a dime. Interest rates, I haven't paid attention to it, to be honest with you. What I do is I keep like 3,000, 3,500 in it. When I get below that, I'll use my Charles Schwab to wire money to it. Schwab charges $15 per transaction to get the money here. So I do it in like $500 chunks, whenever I need it. The reason for me opening an account here, like if my Bank of America card, let's say my Charles Schwab card goes bad and I need a new card, the swiper's wrong or something, I can't walk into a Bank of America place here. But I can use those cards here. I just always say have multiple ways to get your money. So I got 2 banks in the U.S. and 1 bank here. I also use Wise. I have Wise on my tap and pay as well. More and more places you can use cards at here in Albania. Obviously, the street vendors you cannot. Okay, but more and more places you can use tap and pay or the cards. So it's coming along. It's coming along. James Campbell, Dan, hope all goes with the immigration. Yeah, me too. The best thing I can say about immigration, I beg everyone, please use a professional. I've had people ask me questions and I dodge them, and I dodge them on purpose. I'm just a broken down old truck driver that has a YouTube channel. Some people will claim that they'll help you and they'll try to charge you, but please see professionals. Like the second day I was here, I was in an immigration lawyer's office. The news was so good, I went to 2 others. So I've seen 3 lawyers because the news was so good. I've seen 2 accountants. Well, one accountant I went in there, another accountant I called to make sure I answer all my tax questions. A lot of the stuff online is flat out wrong, guys. It just is. I'm not going to have arguments. Oh, I read that. I bet you did. I'm not saying you didn't read it. But please, when you're here for immigration, renting or buying a place, stuff that's that important that requires money and time, please see a professional, okay? See a real realtor, see a real lawyer, see a real accountant, licensed, the real thing, please. Best thing I can tell you. Dan Markbooty, we rented a car the first month. You can't legally buy until you have residency. There you go. Good information, Dan. I appreciate you saying that. Like for us, we haven't driven here. So Dan, thank you for adding that in. If you guys got any extra information than I do, I love it when you guys say it out here because then we can all learn from each other. So thank you very much, Dan, for that. So you can't legally buy until you have residency. I have gone into a car rental place, actually 2 in Toronto, because people were asking me about it. I had to produce my passport. They wanted to scan it. Go over your car real good and point out any scratches like you would in America or any problems. They did say if you get into an accident, you cannot return the car without a police report, from the accident. That's at least what they told me. But as far as that, I have not rented a car here. Not yet. Seriously doubt it. Seriously doubt it. This Andrea, my wife on WhatsApp. Let's see. Mark saying thanks, Dan. We may do the same. I'll tell you guys, I don't know if you guys have been in a cab or driving in Toronto. Man, if you're ever bored, take a cab in Toronto. The traffic is outrageous. Cars are just playing. No one's going to have to tell you to put your seatbelt on. Believe me, you're going to put your seatbelt on. You're going to look for a motorcycle helmet to put on. And that's really the only city where the traffic and driving is crazy. I mean, just absolutely crazy. That's another thing about Toronto where I was like, I'm not sure about this. I had a scooter in Toronto. I actually gave it to Jesse. I'm not as spry as I used to be. But now that I'm here in Pogradec, I could probably get another scooter. We're probably going to get a couple electric bicycles eventually. Okay. You never say never, so I'm never going to say I'm never going to own a car, but I highly doubt it. Just another thing to worry about, another thing to register, another thing. now I'm paying for fuel. Now you're paying for tires if it breaks down and so forth. And I just don't want it no more. And we haven't needed it. I walk a lot. Like I said, I'm sure we're going to get bicycles. See, let's see. Do you know how long residents can spend outside the country and keep their residency? I've heard rumors where people go within the first couple of years, if you're out too long, you're going to lose your residency. I asked my lawyer about it. He goes, no. Like I said, there's so much bad information out there, but no, I asked my lawyer the same question. No, you're not going to lose your residency. You're not going to. I've read somewhere where it said you can't be over 6 months, and my lawyer just said that's nonsense. Take that for what it's worth. Okay. Michelle, thanks, Janet Levy and James Campbell, in regards to immigration. This is our second trip and officially took issue with how our lawyer did one form. Yeah, the official took issue with how our lawyer did one form. Okay, let us know how that went. Janice, you're welcome, Michelle. Following the Stones, for us old folks, yes, taxis are an e-ticket ride. Disneyland reference. Yeah, especially in Toronto. Oh my gosh. And what we did, we would take taxi after taxi until you get a guy that looks like he drives safe and he's very affordable. Then you just get their business card or their WhatsApp number, and we always use particular drivers. Oh no, all right. Michelle, it's utter chaos in Toronto. It's amazing. Yeah, sometimes, like I said, if you're bored, take a cab ride in Toronto. You won't be bored no more. Verna, hello there. For any info, Durstbound March of 2026. Yeah. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. But yeah, we all join in on this challenge and give information. So welcome. Good to see you. Cincinnati Fireball, how you doing? Joining late, but listening intently. I have 2 cats and we'll be moving alone. Just found this channel. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for the compliment. What I love about the channel, we try to do a live, hopefully every week, and everybody joins in with information. It's not just me talking to you, telling you. So a lot of times it's me listening to you guys. So April, I moved here, if you're wondering, what was it? April 22nd of 2024. So a year and 4 months. Things are going great for us. Now, there's a Leslie. Great to hear. That's great to hear. I might not be able to bring my cousin with me, so I may have to shift my plans and travel back and forth for a little while. Okay. I just hope it works out for you. There's Dan saying, e-ticket. I like it. Driving in Albania. Yeah. Yeah. You won't get bored in the cab. That's for certain. Here's James. I'm trying to read that, buddy. You aren't looking anywhere just now. I'm just sure you'll get it straight. Good luck. So over the hill nomads. I'm a chicken and would be too nervous driving here. Yeah, but Jim and I love sitting on the beach near the roundabouts and watching the chaos. Yeah, especially in Toronto. Christopher 74. It's difficult for Americans to fathom living somewhere without a car. Yeah. Places that are walkable are difficult to comprehend. He's absolutely correct. All these cities are really designed for it because until the 90s, only people who were deep in the government were allowed to drive, and everyone else just had bicycles and walking, but it works. It truly works here. So thanks, Chris. You're absolutely right. Following the Stones, we drove rented from Laura to Geocaster and back. Well, Greg's a Marine, so that helps. So, yeah, a Marine, yeah, he can handle it. He's seen his fair share of stuff. Okay, Cincinnati Fireball. I got my notifies on all. Thank you. And again, thank you for being here. Thanks for adding to the channel. It means a great deal, to really all of us. I very much appreciate it. Following the Stones, Thunderdome is driving here. Yeah. But if you think about it, they've only really been driving since the 90s. You know what I mean? So there isn't generations worth of doing it. What cracks me up too, like I said, every nation's different. I'm not putting this down, okay? You'll be driving, especially in Toronto, and they'll just stop in the middle of the street and turn their hazards on like that makes it okay. And that's where they parked. So that's one reason for the traffic, so everyone's trying to get around this car. So it's funny. It's interesting. Just an FYI, driving the road from Scotia to Tech was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Can't wait to do it again. Yeah, Mark, I haven't been to Tech. I've been to Scotia, but I've seen videos on it. That looks a little challenging. Looks kind of cool, man. Michelle saying thanks to James. Energy Donk. Hi, Patrick. Appreciate your video so much, as it is a great benefit to those thinking of leaving the U.S. Oh, thanks. Hope to see you in 2027 as I retire late next year. Also up the shelves, if I remember, if I read that correctly. But good for you, Energy Donk. And yeah, there's so many great study of the planet. And I thank you very much for the compliment for the videos. Thanks for being here. It means a great deal to me. Cincinnati Fireball. I've lived in many U.S. cities with great transport. I love walking. I lived in L.A. and let my car battery die as I took the subway everywhere. Can't wait to sell my car. Couldn't wait to get rid of ours. We gave one to my granddaughter, and I gave my old beat-up Ford Focus to a friend of mine. Near the end, we were just jettisoning stuff. We were selling stuff as much as we can. Daughter took a lot. It was crazy. We got down to 4 suitcases and 2 backpacks. And that was everything we owned. And came over here, replaced some stuff at a condo that we bought. But it's good being away from that, because America teaches you to accumulate, right? But the more stuff you have, the more it costs you insurance. You got to take care of it. You got to insure it. You got to fix it, and so forth. It gets harder and harder. So there's great benefits. I don't know if I want to call it being a minimalist, but there's a lot to be said for just taking it down a notch. Grace Faith, you mentioned in one of your videos that there are bikes to rent there near the lake. Yep. How much are they? Do you pay on an app? I haven't paid on an app. What it costs to rent a bike, it's dog cheap from what I heard. I don't know the exact price. I have not rented one. Like I said, I had a scooter for a while, but Grace, it's very affordable. I want to say €5, but that could be wrong. Is there an app for it? I don't know, honey. I don't know. I don't want to just make up stuff to act like I'm a know-it-all, because there's going to be a lot of questions I'm not going to be able to answer to. Robin Brown, with so many visiting and moving to Albania, would love for you to consider explaining where to catch a bus from the airport to anywhere. I've done videos on it. I've done videos from the bus station here. I've done a video from the airport in Toronto as you exit. How do you navigate? Where drivers are for special pickups if your condo provides transportation from the airport. Also where the cabs are and where the buses are. So you just got to go through a lot of my videos. Okay. Explain where to catch a bus from the airport, to anywhere. Yeah. I've done a couple of videos on that. Regina, Dukes of Hazzard style taxi rides. Oh man, I bet you are, girl. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times you're like, oh, I can't look. One time, get this, guys. One time an accident happens right in front of me. So I'm grabbing the door handle thing. We're going to stop that, to help this guy out, right? And my cabbie just goes right by him and just goes, I was shocked that we didn't stop to help, or to see, is this guy okay? Trippy. A lot of times you walk up to a cliff on a castle and there's no barrier there. It's truly survival of the fittest here. There's Dan, before leaving the U.S., get that Schwab account. Yep. They won't open one from outside the country. Absolutely. And Charles Schwab, their customer service is unbeatable. I can't believe how great they treated me. Plus, ATM fees are reimbursed to you at the end of each month. I love Schwab. Best thing I ever did was go to Schwab. Grace Faith, not having a car is very freeing. Yep, but too nervous to rent and drive a car in another country. Yeah, so I'm limited to where I could go. Grace, like I said, all the cities here are very walkable. Very walkable. Like I said, I haven't driven a car and we're getting close to 2 years, and really haven't needed it. If anything, just sometimes my legs are tired because I'm walking so much, but it's good for you. My heart rate has gone down. I have one of those little sensors that measures your heart rate. My standing heart rate, like if I'm sitting, went from the 80s and now I'm in like mid 60s beats per minute. Really good. Fallen Stones. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Bike rentals are 100 lick an hour. So that's a little over $1 an hour. Thank you, Mark and Shannon, for putting that in there. Love it. Okay. So there's your answer to bike rentals. 100 lek to just over $1 an hour. Perfect. Boy, is that cheap. Michelle Lang, no motor, no me. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I don't blame you. I'm done too. Worked for that trucking company for too long. I'm done. I got nothing left. Michelle? Also, in regard to Schwab and other U.S. banks, you need a U.S. address. We use our daughters. A lot of our stuff is through April's sister, and also I do have a digital. I don't want to call it a mailbox. Digital mail place. I use iPostal One for my snail mail. Works perfect. Very cheap. I want to say it's $14 a month. And all of a sudden, it'll show a picture of the envelope front and back. And I could say discard, I can say shred, or I could say scan it for me. They'll open it, scan the page. And once I scan, I could read what it is. Then I could tell them, throw it away, shred it, whatever. But it's a great service called iPostal One. What's good about that too, it's actually a legal address. And the reason that is important is because a lot of judges use that on their driver's license, completely legal. A lot of lawyers do, a lot of police officers do, just for their own protection. So good thing, just for you to know. Dan, you were correct. I called Charles Schwab. Albania is on the list of restricted countries. They won't let you open a new account, but if you open at least 3 months before you leave, they will allow them. Absolutely. And when I bought my place, they stayed on the phone with me as the money transferred from Schwab over here where I bought this condo. Okay. And also, you can call them and say, hey, I'm going to be out of this country. I'm going to be in Albania, Hungary, wherever you're going. That way, if they see a card being used, they're not going to flag it and stop that card because you told them I'm going to be in this country for X amount of time. So I can't say enough good things about Schwab. They were unbeatable when I bought this place. And they transferred the money in euros because that's what they wanted here. Just perfect. Cincinnati Fireball. Michelle, do you know if you can use a PO? Like I said, I use a iPostal One. It's a digital mail place. A PO box? I don't think so. Robin Brown, good to know. Thanks. I'm still trying to catch up on all your content. Yeah, please do. Also, if you go to my homepage, you're going to see a playlist of my prep work I did in Texas before I came here. I hope that helps. Okay. Let's see if I can scroll down. Oh, Chris, also Charles Schwab said you can keep checking account. You can use a brokerage account, as a checking account. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Good info. Michelle, we have a virtual mailbox too. There you go. Schwab refused to recognize it. Wow. Well, you know what? Our banks are both to April's sister, but all my snail mail and my driver's license is to the iPostal. So yeah, okay, good info though. But our banks do show my wife's sister's address. Michelle talking to City Fireball. I don't know in regards to that. Yeah, I think she's referring to the P.O. box. Starting to scroll fast now. Chris, Michelle, I asked about U.S. address. They told me if you switch to Charles Schwab U.S. accounts to their international versions accounts, that you don't have to maintain a U.S. address. But maybe I got bad inflow. You know what, though, Chris? That's a good thing to look into, though. I'm glad you put that out there saying, I'm not sure, but if someone is really curious about it, call Schwab and talk to them. Right? They'll talk to you. Like I said, their customer service is off the chart. Okay, Cincinnati Fireball. Thanks. I'll look through your videos for more info. Okay, my mom passed away August of. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear she just recently passed away. And I've literally have zero family left. Yeah, time to travel. Time to put yourself first. Okay, if you do pick Albania, I think you'll love it. Every city's got a different vibe. It's really cool. So you'll find a city that you're going to fall in love with. Is Michelle saying interesting, Chris? I hadn't heard that. I haven't heard that either. But like I said, there's a lot of things out there. So call them up, see what they can do for you. James Campbell, no way I would drive here. Spent a month in Vlora, 80,000 people, and not one stop sign or traffic light. That's there's no traffic lights in Skopje either. None. Survival of the fittest for real. Yeah. So I won't drive here either. No. Maybe Pogradec. Maybe. But then you're gonna be tempted to go to other cities. Dan saying very sorry to Fireball. If you're hearing about that. That beeping you're hearing, Andrea and my wife are chatting. Susan Potter. I also tried to open a Schwab account using a travel mailbox, and they wouldn't let me. Like I said, my banks are through my wife's sister's address is on there, but all my snail mail goes to iPostal. There's Michelle. I'm so sorry about your mom, Cincinnati Fireball. See how I love you guys, man. You guys care for each other like that. I think that's really important. That's really cool. There's Cincinnati Fireball saying thanks. I was a caregiver for both my parents for 15 years. Wow. I'm getting out ASAP. New life and all. Yeah, please do so. You deserve it too. I always say, how many good years do we got left where we can still travel and, and see things. So sometimes you got to put yourself first. I've seen so many people, and I'm sure you have, they keep waiting for retirement. You fall into that trap. Like Social Security will tell you, wait one more year, you get a little bit more money. Wait one more year. And I know people that do, and I've had friends tell me, you're leaving so much money on the table. And I go, well, look at how much life you're leaving on the table. I'm still mobile. I can still do things. I had a friend of mine And he kept waiting to retire. Finally, his wife died of cancer. Now he has cancer, and he worked until he couldn't no more. That's not retirement. So get out there, see the world. Chris Patrick, I like your previous video advice about maintaining a bank account as a backup. Yep. Plus, my pension will require U.S. bank for payout. But the problem is maintaining a U.S. address if overseas. No, like I said, a lot of people use family members as addresses. Okay. And on my driver's license, it's got iPostal on it, which is completely legal. Judges do that as well as police officers. But like others were saying, a lot of banks won't accept that. Okay. So just get a family member for an address for bank accounts. Following the Stones, give to yourself now, Cincinnati Fireball. Yeah, please do. Well, you still can. See the world, you earned it. Okay, while we're still mobile, while we can still do things, that's very important. I'm so glad that I didn't wait. I punched out. The only regret I have is I couldn't do it sooner. I wasn't able to receive my pension until I turned at least 60. There's Verna saying the Fireball. I did the same thing with my parents, both gone a long time now. Yeah, all hands. I still my biological mother's still alive. The reason I always got to say biological, I was adopted. Both my adopted parents passed away, but my biological mom's still alive, and we have a great relationship. Very fortunate. But if you hear me saying biological and adopted, that's because some of them are dead and some aren't. Cincinnati Fireball. I'm putting myself first. Yes, for the first time. I just turned 52. Good for you. You're still young. I'm so upset about my mom, but ready to live. She wanted that. I bet she did. I wouldn't want my kid, to hold up their life either. And I bet your mom's the same way. So you're still young. You're 52. Go for it. Get out of that rat race. The only thing that was happening to me, don't get me wrong, I love the U.S. and I'm a veteran. I was in the Air Force. But I was just working. And on the weekends, do my chores, mow the lawn, take care of the cars. So one thing I was doing, I was just getting older. That's all I was doing in you. I was just working and getting older. And now, for the first time in my life, when you retire and I'm over here, every day feels like Saturday. Okay, I'm going to Budapest, so I'm taking a vacation from my vacation. And that's really how it feels. And what a beautiful feeling. I want to take April to Romania. I want to take her to Poland, Croatia. There's so many things that I want to show her. And I feel blessed that we're able to do so. But Cincinnati Fireball, get out there, girl. It's your time. Regina, saying Cincinnati Fireball. I can be your adopted sister. Yeah. Oh, you're going to love Regina, too. What a personality she's got. Let's see. Fireball saying, so sorry to Verna. Not everyone can understand. Yeah. And then Cincinnati Fireball, Regina, you're a sweetheart. Yes, she is. Wonderful personality. We're also happy for her because she's got a job that she's going to do in Japan. How cool is that? And then when that's up, she's going to retire and probably come here to Albania. Verna saying very true to Fireball. Allison, we work our whole lives to get to the finish line. What will be your finish line? Good question. Enjoy what you can. If healthy, why work until you can't live? Yeah, one guy to me said it really rung true to me. He said, you could always work for more money, but you can't work for more time. And I thought that was very wise. So let's everyone get out there. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's almost been about an hour. Okay, so for those of you in earshot, Alley Cat Meetup, Pogradec Hotel. Okay, give me an April about 10 minutes and we'll be there. If you want to, even if you just want to say hello, if you just want to meet others here. So we hope you guys can meet us there. There's Dan Patrick. I retired before you did, you lucky dog. But you are 100% correct. Pay off debt and things and get out. There's Susan Potter, no guts, no glory. Going to story we got to meet because you had the guts to leave. Love it. Overhill Nomads, good night. Let's see. Have fun, everybody. James Campbell, peace out. Love you guys. Okay, Alley Cat Meetup, Pogradec Hotel. We're going to be there about 10 minutes. If you want coffee, you want a beer, whatever. But at least, I hope you guys can come out, have some fun. Let's throw some hearts out there. There we go. And let me close this down. All right, guys. Love you. I'll see you next week. Can't wait to show you some Budapest vids. I'll be doing those. At least two. Love you guys. Take care.